This was not the video I was originally planning on making today. I was just going to do a usual bog standard review of Banban and maybe be like, haha, it's not very good, all this and that, right? Which I guess I'm still doing, but after playing this game, I have some other things to say before we even get onto the topic of this game, because I am completely, utterly finished with this game. I have no interest in any more of the games in the series or the Euthoric Brothers whatsoever. I have absolutely no care in the world, and I will no longer be making any videos on Banban after this, or buying any of their games. I've completely stopped support for this Banban franchise because it is utterly garbage. Completely and utterly garbage. And there is nothing that's going to change my mind now. I don't even care if they release a good game, which I'm sure that they won't, because it is so clear to me that the Euthoric Brothers have no care in the world about making a good game, and only care about the money they get in their pockets from selling this dog shit game. So if you couldn't already tell, this is going to be more of a rant than a game review, but trust me, we'll get to Banban, because I have some things to say about it. Garten of Banban 3 has to be one of the worst experiences I have ever had with a game ever. My expectations were already terribly low before even loading it up, but I'm here to tell you that it even managed to be such a disappointment and genuinely has to be the most uninteresting, uninspired, unoriginal, and soulless games that I have ever played in my entire life. This sucks so bad, I couldn't even finish it, and I couldn't bring myself to do it. It's clear as day that the Euthoric Brothers have no love or actual interest in this game series, and instead just rushing out anything that they can make in a few months and say that it's a game just to try and make as much money as they can from this horrendous garbage Banban wave. They don't actually care about making a good quality game that people will enjoy. They don't care about putting heart and soul into a game. They don't care if the game is utterly crap and nothing short of garbage. They only care about their sweet paychecks at the end of the day. Well, I'm here to say that they aren't getting any more of my money, and this will be my final video covering the Garten of Banban series, because it deserves no more attention and coverage at all. Even if I'm just a very tiny creator, I still want to take the platform I have to say that I don't support Garten of Banban, and will not be covering or playing any more of their games in the future, regardless of the fact that it would get a lot of views and attention. This is it. I am finished after this. It is so obvious that they have no care about the games, and they're just money hungry. Proof of this is how they've already revealed the 4th game and are asking you to wishlist it on Steam. They really have no shame and very clearly just want your money for their utterly crap games. So I'm sure it's very obvious that I am very audibly angry and frustrated by this, and so let's just get into it. Let's just talk about it. What makes me hate Banban 3 so much to the point where I couldn't finish the game and no longer want to support the franchise as a whole? Well, let's just get into it. I'll briefly mention my opinions on the game visually, as I've already done this in greater detail on another video that I had covering the game. They are boring, uninspired, and give no horror attention at all. The character models are still horrifically awful and unscary. You caught up now? Okay, let's get to the gameplay. The gameplay of Banban 3 is hardly any different to the previous games. The only difference is that the game is slightly longer and gives the player more areas to explore. The drone mechanic is still so boring, and they have done absolutely nothing to try and build upon it whatsoever. You only hit buttons with it. Some segments with the drone feel like they were made purely just to stall time to try and get past the 2-hour mark so the game can't be refunded. And this game does it so often that it genuinely is so infuriating when you have to go through these parts knowing that they are purposely put there and all they're supposed to do is waste your time. Although this whole game is a waste of time, to be honest. So there we go. Don't buy this game. Don't play this game. Just don't have anything to do with this game whatsoever. It is utterly garbage, and I am completely sick and tired of how there are some genuinely amazing developers out there who are gonna make some amazing games. They really put their everything into all the stuff that they do to make that game, and this Garten of Banban crap will still get so much more attention for being utterly garbage and having the scummiest developers ever, who just pump out whatever they can make in a few months with no care in the world about making a good game or anything that actually makes sense. I'm completely over it. I'm so done. And speaking of the best way to waste a player's time, let's talk about the fetch quests in the game, because almost the entire runtime of the whole goddamn game is just doing fetch quests the whole time. This is honestly so mind-numbing and garbage, because it's the most pathetic excuse for gameplay I have ever seen. It's not even like they do it well or make it fun. You literally just have items scattered across rooms that you need to go and collect to obtain just to get some key card. I hate the gameplay in Banban 3. It's even worse than the other two, because by this point, they should have more experience in game design and how to make the player engaged and actually have to do something fun for once. Although, I'm gonna chill out a little bit, because there is one section that I actually did enjoy this game, which, even though I know I've been going off in this whole video, but I do have to give credit where credit is due, because otherwise that's just completely unfair. So, there is one section that I enjoyed, and that was the Nabalina? I don't know how to say it. It's like the black spider thing. The surgery section. Because you have to focus on multiple things at a time to successfully complete this procedure. Basically, you need to keep track of 3 things in the room. There's buttons, multicolored rods, and then this chemical machine. When a coloured chemical appears on the machine screen, you need to equip the syringe and follow the chemical key poster to create the right colour. You then need to take this chemical and inject it into the black spider. Along with this, there are coloured rods that you need to keep green by interacting with them, but throughout the procedure they will change colour, so you need to make sure they're always on green throughout the whole time. And then the final one is there'll be a few buttons around the room, and when they light up you need to make sure you hit it with your drone. You need to do this all before there are these 4 tanks, and you need to finish this task and inject Nabalina with the syringe a certain amount of times before all of those run out. Otherwise, I assume you die or something. But this is the only fun section in the game. Like, that's it. And it's like, what? Maybe at most like a 5-minute thing? That's it. 5 minutes in what it can be over 2 hours of playtime. It's absolutely devious, to be honest. In Banban 3, you're introduced to Stinger Flynn and whatever this thing is. And yeah, they also aren't scary at all. And honestly, it's the same with the entire game. I was actually confused while playing this, because there isn't even anything you could even be considered as scary in this entire game. So I don't know how it's a horror game, to be honest. The worst it actually gets is when that Nabalina thing sticks its head out the doorway at you and then disappears. But there's no sound effect or nothing to actually make it seem scary or shocking to the player, so it just looks plain stupid, to be honest. And something else that in the Banban series that I actually mentioned in my first video is that the ambience literally is completely lacking, and there is no ambience whatsoever. And this is something that the Euthoric Brothers clearly have listened to absolutely no one about and have decided to change absolutely nothing. And it is quite literally the exact same to the past 2 games, and they don't seem to be like budge, and it just seems really stubborn, to be honest. They need to be able to take advice from what other people say from their game, because if they actually listen to people, like even just some good ambience would go such a long distance in this game to actually making it seem somewhat scary. Even though the character models look goofy as anything and completely unscary, at least it'd be something. And they just don't listen to what anyone has to say about this game, and instead complain on Twitter about the people who play the game and refund it. Like, they are in their right will to be able to refund this garbage when you don't listen to anything or anyone about how to improve the game, and just stick around to make your terrible, garbage, unscary, uninspired, just completely copy and paste game that is just completely and utterly garbage. I don't know what more there is to say. You need to actually learn how to put some time and dedication into the games that you make, because if you actually put some time and effort into everything that you've done, listen to what everyone says, and actually don't pump out a game in a few months and just take the money from whatever it is and just be like, oh no, this is fine, we're still making money. No. If you spend some time in the games that you make, you listen to what people say, and I don't know, give it a good few months before you actually go and release the next game. But I doubt that's going to be the case. But let's say you do, right? Take some good few months. Don't take 2. Take 4. Take 5. Take 6 even if you really want to. Take actual good time to quality assure your games and make sure they are actually up to standard, because trust me, it's so much more fulfilling when there are people who will play your game and genuinely remember it and like it because of the experience that they had with the game over some random garbage that just got hyped for it absolutely no reason because it was just completely and utterly terrible. This Banban wave will completely die out and your games will be forgotten if you don't do anything to change it whatsoever. So I would really advise that you look at yourselves, look at this game and decide what you want to do. And I really do hope that you actually decide to try and put out some quality products past this point. But I am absolutely past it. You know, I really do wish you the best. I really, really do hope that you make some good games in the future. But Garten of Banban, the way that it is at the moment, if you keep going this way, this is not it. And that's it. That's my final message to the Euthoric Brothers. Take some time to learn how to put some actual soul and effort into your games. And that's all I'm going to have to say now. I had a whole script for this video, but I hardly even read off it. And I just went off, and yeah, no, so this is what the video is now. This is my angry rant at Banban 3, and like I said, this is it. I have absolutely nothing more to say about this game franchise, and nothing more to say about the developers of this game. If you decide you still want to support Banban and the Euthoric Brothers after this, you can. I mean, it's your own choice, but I was really advised that you think about it next time they release their 4th game. Especially if it's out in a few months and it's not very good, just don't. I would really, really look and decide whether you want to be investing your money in made by people who seriously don't care about their games. I really hope the Euthoric Brothers make something good in the future, but I really doubt it's going to happen, and this is where this video is going to end off here. Jesus Christ, I was not expecting the video to be like this whatsoever, and yeah, I probably sounded really angry throughout this whole video, but it's just something like, I want these games to be good. I really did. I was hoping this game was going to be good, but it wasn't. And I'm happy that I refunded this game, to be honest. And I'm not supporting the game anymore, like I said. That is going to bring us to the end of this video, or angry rant, I guess you should say. Have a good day, evening, or night, wherever you are. And I'll see you in the next one.